2 people have been killed in a pair of deadly accidents in Metro Vancouver overnight. A pedestrian was involved in a multi-vehicle crash in Coquitlam. This happened at around 10 o'clock last night at Como Lake Avenue and Robinson Street. RCMP say several vehicles were involved in this crash, with the pedestrian in the immediate area of the collision. That person's identity has not been released. An elderly pedestrian has been killed in an accident in Richmond. The 75-year-old woman was crossing Westminster Highway near Azure Road at around 10 o'clock last night. Very few details have been released, but RCMP say visibility could have been an issue, with the driver not being able to see because of the heavy rain. A rainfall warning remains in effect for BC's south coast, and one area where there's major concern about potential flooding issues is the district of North Vancouver. Andrea McPherson is live at the Public Works Yard with more on that this morning. Andrea.
Yeah, Kyle, you can see behind me it's absolutely miserable out here right now, but we did check in with the Public Works Yard early this morning, speaking with one worker there who says they have sandbags ready to go, but they haven't seen localized flooding to the point of what was seen last month in November. That was when Argyle Secondary was heavily damaged, nearby homes heavily damaged from the rainfall as well. Many of those homeowners still awaiting compensation, those that were eligible anyway, awaiting compensation from the province. They're still trying to get to the bottom of that. I did get a tweet this morning from a man suggesting that he has about 4 inches of water in his basement this morning, but he says that's nothing unusual. He says that kind of happens every heavy rainfall or so. So what we do know is that there are 6 patrol units at the Public Works Yard. They've been on patrol for the last 24 hours. They will continue to do so. That's because this heavy rain isn't expected to let up until at least Thursday. Kyle.
Andrea McPherson live for us this morning in North Vancouver. Thanks for that, Andrea. Despite predictions of 3 days of heavy rains, an ongoing situation in North Vancouver not expected to contribute to the problems. Huge boulders remain blocking a portion of the upper Seymour River. At least one of them has been deemed the size of a house, but Metro Vancouver does not expect the rocks to cause any more backups of water, and there doesn't appear to be an immediate threat to homes in this area. The Seymour is just one river across the region under a high stream flow advisory. Members of the public are being asked to stay away from the banks.
The Geos had a really good look at it today. They went up to the face and started at the top and worked their way down, and they found that this rock has been moving out slowly over a long period of time. There's staining behind it, which is evident that it has slowly moved, and water has gotten behind it for years and years. So just a natural process.
Metro Vancouver expects to monitor the rocks through the winter and into the spring. Trails around the Seymour River will remain closed for the time being. A Vancouver-born actress and TV personality has been killed in an apparent murder-suicide in Los Angeles. 30-year-old Stephanie Mosley was found dead in an apartment complex early yesterday. Police say she died from several gunshot wounds. Her husband, rapper Earl Hayes, was also found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Mosley appeared on VH1's Hit the Floor program. She moved to Los Angeles from Vancouver to pursue her career in 2004. There are safety concerns for BC healthcare workers this morning following a brutal attack at Penticton Regional Hospital. A doctor was doing a routine interview on Friday when he was savagely attacked by a psychiatric patient. The patient is charged with assault as the doctor recovers from serious injuries. The BC Nurses Union wants immediate changes, saying this highlights a lack of security, especially in psychiatric units.
The BC Nurses Union is demanding Interior Health follow through on the investigation that they launched today and immediately provide personal alarms, security specifically assigned to psychiatric units, not a walkthrough, assigned to them.
The Canadian Food Inspection Agency has put the southern half of BC in a control zone, and it's hoped that stops the spread of the avian flu. The control zone is divided into 3 categories based on risk: infected, restricted, and security. A week after the avian flu was found, infections have been confirmed at 5 farms, 3 chicken and 2 turkey farms in the Fraser Valley. 140,000 birds have either died or need to be destroyed. With Christmas coming, the demand for turkeys is certainly rising, and if needed, the industry will bring in birds from Alberta and even Manitoba.
We're a supply management organization. One of the beauties about the regulated marketing is its ability to deal with crisis and management, things like this. So we're already talking to our interprovincial counterparts, national, about supply and product, and if we have to get more in here, that's already in the works. So it should not affect your ability to eat turkey.
The U.S., Mexico, South Africa, and several Asian countries have imposed various bans on BC or Canadian poultry products. 6:06. It will be a somber start to today's Canucks game in Montreal. For the Habs, it'll be the first home game since the death of hockey legend Jean Beliveau. Beliveau will be honored as the Canadians host the Canucks at the Bell Centre. He died last week at the age of 83. The game gets underway at 4:30 this afternoon. You can watch it on Sportsnet Pacific. This powerful moment captured on camera shows Guy Lafleur honoring his mentor on center ice. The teary-eyed Lafleur paid his respects to the late Hall of Famer as he laid in state at the Bell Centre for the second day in a row. Beliveau's funeral will take place tomorrow. There are concerns about the playing surfaces at the 2015 World Cup, and they are not exclusive to the players. Coaches from all over the world have started touring Canadian stadiums hosting the Women's Soccer Championship. They will not include natural playing surfaces, but artificial turf. A coalition of players is trying to change that with legal action. At least one coach thinks it would be a good idea.
I will have the hope that it will be changed here in Vancouver, but in my opinion, I think the best teams must play on the best field.
Soccer's governing body, FIFA, says all of the artificial surfaces meet the sport standards. The World Cup final goes July 5th over at BC Place.